Let's see, what package has arrived for me? Oh, it is the saddle that I ordered. Hey, brother, we can finally go out riding. No, don't act like you're going to be the one doing all the work. You're going to enjoy it too, and you'll need the exercise. No, who wanted to go riding anyway? Not me, that's for sure.
I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free.
Why is this a thing? No, oh, right. Greetings, the whale of the internet and all that blah 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 blah. Why is this a thing? Better question, how is this a thing? Of all the movies that DreamWorks has created that could possibly have some kind of series spin-off, Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron was not one of them. Not to say that this movie was bad. In fact, it's actually really good. Beautiful visuals, compelling story even though the horses don't talk, and the music alone will have you begging for the soundtrack. If you haven't had a chance to watch this movie, you need to. And if you're in the same boat as me, how exactly did this become this? The poster alone is an insult to the main horse's morale code. So just in case you haven't seen it, the main focus of the movie is Spirit, the main horse, getting captured by cowboys and their numerous attempts to tame and break him, while the horse struggles to stay true to himself and hope to one day return home. That's why having a little girl riding said horse on the cover makes quite a few conflicts with the source material already. DreamWorks has taken plenty of creative liberties with their shows in the past. The lemur winds up at the circus, not the zoo or the island. Astra and Hiccup are technically a couple before their show even starts, and Kung Fu Panda has a mile-long list of inconsistencies. But this one might be drawing a line, so I'm going to watch it. It's practically begging me to do so. So this is episode 1 of Spirit Riding Free. Cue the opening.
I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free. So come along, let's go along, come on the journey with me.
It's got a western feel, and I kind of like the audio. It's just the opening is kind of lacking. It starts with a girl riding a horse, and then we see a girl riding a horse, and finally we get to see a girl riding a horse. I think this show is about the girl riding a horse. So with the opening done, we meet the main character, Fortuna, or as her friends call her, Lucky. No, you mean these friends? Nope, we never meet these people ever, cause Lucky is suffering from what many kids suffer from, the moving to a new home syndrome.
I know! I'm missing everything!
But we're doing something even better. We're having an adventure.
We are not amused!
Desperate to get away from her sarcastic father and her snooty aunt, she has a look out of the back of the train where she meets the barren landscape. The animation isn't that bad, actually. I kinda like the look of the characters, and the animation flows pretty well. But the whole thing is just a little off. You see, it looks great up here, but when we get down here, it's kind of lacking in any form of creativity whatsoever. Couldn't it use another tree or something? Okay, a little more than a tree would be nice. What I mean is that it was just a few degrees short of being a really beautifully lower budget CG-based show. But I am leaning more towards the favorable side. A barren landscape wasn't the only thing she found back there. She also found the horse of her dreams. Right as he's about to get roped.
Can't take me, I'm free.
Lady, you really think she's dumb enough to jump off the train? She's really broken up about her new horse pal being put into training, but a hug always makes everything better.
Why are you hugging?
Because it makes everything better! Sheesh, you weren't hugged as a child, were you? So the family has reached their new home.
Smell that country air.
Smells like manure.
What? The aunt is amusing to me. So Lucky starts to get to know her new surrounding... What is the horse doing here? He was roped out in the middle of nowhere. How exactly did these guys get him here at the same time the train arrived? Incoming hit the deck! Saving her from that terrible fate of a ruined outfit is a new friend.
Well, thanks for the warning. And the shove.
I'm Fortuna Prescott. Nice to meet you.
You can call me Lucky. But how did you know who I was?
Everybody knows who you are.
No, really, how do you know her? The best form of social media at this time period is wanted posters.
Maricela. My father is the mayor. Thank you. I was really happy when I heard you were coming. Finally, someone worth being friends with.
You're the bully, aren't you? You can move along now.
Charming girl. Don't you mean what a snooty girl? She gives me hope that this place isn't completely uncivilized.
You just been karma'd! So the next day rolls around and it's time for the next gimmick of being the new kid in town, going to a new school.
What in the world are you wearing? You only have one chance to make a proper first impression. I'm gonna put on shoes. You're going to put on this. No. Sorry, but there's no way that I'm wearing that dress.
And like every other character that has ever uttered a similar line, she's wearing the dress. And on her way to school, she makes a new friend.
Would an apple help?
And with a hooky thing at the end, yeah.
Sure you don't want some?
Oh, stop taunting him and give him the apple.
I guess you needed that.
This is what you get for toying with me earlier, human.
So with this little friendship blossoming, they part ways, each to their respective peer groups.
Where do you think you're going, horse?
Well, you think that you can take me on? You must be crazy.
Lucky finds herself standing out in class, among other things. What exactly do you have in your dress that is giving you this much trouble? No, hey, it was a joke. It was a joke. I swear I didn't actually need to see what was in your dress. I swear.
Lunch. Be back in 20 minutes.
Hey, gang, what you doing now?
Eating lunch. What do you think? Lucky finds more horses to gush over and actually friendly characters to socialize with.
No, I don't ride.
You don't? I mean, I never have, but of course she doesn't ride. She's a lady.
You can be as prissy as you want, but you live in the western frontier. Being able to ride a horse is kind of a requirement for surviving out here.
But she wouldn't be caught dead on a horse. But she was petting them. She was being polite.
Well, the character we don't like just spoke for the new kid without letting her get a word in, so of course we're going to believe everything she says.
Oh, who cares? They're dirty, smelly animals. And their horses aren't much better.
Vengeance will be ours, human. Meanwhile, Horse... and bonus points for the saddle.
Good work today. See you tomorrow.
So, what's everyone doing?
Going home? What do you think we're doing? Stop asking us ridiculous questions!
So much for giving it a shot.
Desperate for friends, Lucky tries a second time to socialize the girls with the horses. I mean, hide around the corner and stalk them instead. It's a great way to break the ice.
Well, hey there. I was just stalking you from around the corner and I was wondering if you want to be my best.
Get off my stage and stop preparing in my videos! Now back at home...
For heaven's sake!
because hauling lumber is ladylike, apparently.
How was your first day? Terrible. I'm totally out of place here. I know how you feel. I haven't cooked on a wood-burning stove since I was a girl.
Why exactly are you here? The father wants to oversee the construction of the new railroad, and Lucky just has to go wherever he's going, but you're not his wife. You're his sister. Why exactly did you come to a place you clearly don't want to be? But the aunt reveals some important information.
I've never seen him as happy as he was today, heading off to dynamite some filthy canyon.
Those girls from earlier are riding into a canyon scheduled for demolition. And the only way to get there in time is to recruit a little help.
Hi, Guy. I need a little favor. I don't know how you feel about riding.
So Horse makes a break for it, taking Lucky along for the ride.
Creeper girl.
Good thing too, because they're running out of time.
We have to get to Fober Canyon. We have to save Abigail and Prue.
No, I'm just going to pretend I know what that means.
They locate the duo.
I thought she couldn't ride.
What's she doing here?
A better question. Did you two not hear the explosion from a moment ago? The signal it was time to leave?
We have to get out of here now.
It sounded an awful lot like that. So now all three of them make a daring escape.
This way. He wants to go that way. Follow us.
And we learn that Horse is a bomb-sniffing horse. Apparently.
Wait, now. That way's good.
How else would he have known that was there? But what's more important to note here is look at the number and location of all these explosions. The explosions seem so randomly placed everywhere. What exactly is the demolition plan here? And also, how exactly did these two dunderhead girls miss this much TNT, black powder, and wire strewn all over the canyon? Did they just ignore all the signs of impending doom when they rode into here? The explosions settle down, and now the canyon is full of rocks that have to be cleared. Good job, guys! And what's more, cowboys seem to magically appear from them. Where else exactly could they have come from here?
You rode a horse?
You rode that horse?
Yeah. He saved our lives.
But no one can ride that wild thing. He's unbreakable.
Yes, we determined that after several weeks of trying different techniques, and okay, you got us. We tried once before running away like little sissies.
So for her heroism, she's awarded Horse. But you know what they say, if you truly love something, set it free. But don't worry, her father has another prize for her heroism as well.
I'm proud of you, Lucky. That is why I want you to have these.
Mom's boots?
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't make this joke with the dead mother and all, but I'm sorry, girl. You walked right into it.
Why, I didn't know the circus was in town.
Must have got that shirt off on the dead Chinese.
And as the saying continues, if they truly love you, they'll come back and agree to be your slave for all of eternity. So Horse and Girl are finally together, and they take the classic Western style of riding off into the sunset. Until they have to turn around and go back because bedtime's in about 10 minutes. That was Spirit riding free, and it was actually rather pleasant, actually. I admit that I started watching this show because I was expecting to hate it. But surprisingly, I found myself moderately enjoying it. It's still baffling why they thought this could be turned into this, but it comes as a surprise that they actually knew what they were doing. The animation, while lacking, is pretty, and Lucky and Aunt were certainly enjoyable. It plays a bit too much with cliched storylines, but at least it's trying to have some of the heart from the original, even though Horse accepts the girl writer a little too easily for my taste. So if you like the movie, you just might find this show enjoyable too. And if you haven't seen the movie, what are you still doing here? Go watch the movie now! I am the great Matthew Squeak, and this is Squirrel Talk Review. I thank you, my loyal subjects, for watching. Please like and subscribe to me. You may also watch any of my other videos here. And if you please, support the channel here by donating your funds to me on Patreon.